Alright, if this actually wants to work, hello, I'm Jog, and welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's. A game that came out like 10 years ago, a little more than 10 years ago, actually. And, I played this game before. I played this game a long time ago on my own time. And I thought for the spirit of Halloween, and for Wednesday, well, why not? This is my second attempt at doing this one. The first one didn't, the audio was off, so let's just jump into a new game and get things started. Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria, family pizzeria looking for a security guard to work the night shift from 12 to 6. Modern cameras ensuring safety of equipment, blah 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 blah. $120 a week. Ugh. But yeah, this is essentially the game that spawned so many sequels, a couple of books, and even a movie, with I believe another one being on the way. So, I mean, yeah. And honestly, a game that when you know what you're doing is not that difficult or scary. Alright, so I'm also going to shut up when the phone call actually finally goes off, so...
Hello? Hello? I wanted to record a message for you to help you get settled in on your first night. I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact, so I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company that I'm supposed to read. It's kind of a legal thing, you know. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Upon discovering that damage or death has occurred, a missing person report will be filed within 90 days or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned.
Oh, ain't that just great?
And the carpets have been replaced. Blah, blah, blah. Now, that might sound bad, I know, but there's really nothing to worry about. The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night, but do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children and we need to show them a little respect, right? Okay. So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos locking up if they get turned off for too long. They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Now, concerning your safety, the only real risk to you as a night watchman here, if any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross beams, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcefully pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort and death. The only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth when they pop out the front of the mask. Yeah, they don't tell you these things when you sign up. But hey, first station of the breeze. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Check those cameras and remember to close the doors only if absolutely necessary. You gotta conserve power. Alright, good night.
Oh, dum-dummed yourself. Okay, finally. I think finally done talking. It took 2 in-game hours for him to actually talk. But yes, sadly, just from what I've been doing, just by going left and right, we pretty much have seen all the gameplay we really got going on for this one. All you really need is a mouse. And, well, for the most part, I guess I will be spoiling the game a little bit. So, how this works is that the animatronics will essentially just teleport around the base. Right now, they're still on the stage, so I'm happy with that. But eventually, they will leave the stage, and when they do that, they'll just start wandering around the building. And, like, literally, it's not like, oh, they go here, to there, to there, to here. They can just literally go here and just go straight down to here. they teleport. Like, it could be seen as cheap, could be seen as cheating, but it's just how the game works. And, well, when you know how the game technically works, is that all this is just, PNGs. These are just, like, images. So you're not going to see any, like, proper animations. You're not going to see the characters properly moving. Technically, there is a thing of movement, but, like, that's, not proper movement, if you know what I mean. But anyways, main goal is that we just need to survive the night, and if we get caught, well, we lose. So we had to go from 12 a.m. to 6 p.m. and we're already at 3 a.m. and I still have 60% of my power left. Power is your biggest issue when it comes to this game, because if you run out of power, it could be your death. Now, thankfully, if you run out of power, it's not an automatic death. However, it does mean that you're pretty much on a time limit, and how much time you got until you die is going to be up to whatever the game decides. Are you going to get 5 seconds or 25 seconds? That's going to be up to the game to decide. Oh, and there we go. Bonnie has left the stage. So he's now out and about, and Bonnie will only ever come on the left-hand side. So if we see Bonnie, we need to close the door, because otherwise he can keep the door open, and if he keeps that door open, I could get myself stuck. So essentially, if you ever hit the button and you hear a chunk sound, like it's not working, the light won't turn on, the door won't close, that means that the animatronic himself is inside the building, or inside the room. If they are inside the room, that means you cannot drop down the camera and you cannot look. Now, you originally might think, well, if all I have to do is make sure that they don't get into the room, then what is the point of the camera? That would be to our fourth character, who really shouldn't be showing up. He can show his face if you get very unlucky, but it is highly unlikely that you'll ever see him tonight. That being Foxy. So how he works is that he will only start to really come out of his cove when the cameras have been inactive for a little while. Also, if you do look around, like, oh, there is Chica. Yep. So now both of them are out and about. And yeah, so now I have to be a little bit careful. But Foxy is the main reason that you have to look at the camera. If it wasn't for Foxy, you could literally just do nothing at all, because the only way the animatronics get into your room and kill you from a jump scare is A, the doors have to be jammed, meaning that they are already in the room, and then B, you have to drop down the cameras and then put it back down and they'll jump scare you. That's how they work. Foxy, on the other hand, does his own little thing. He will, if given enough time and you're not checking the cameras, he will eventually slowly come out of his cove, and then if he is out of his cove, then he will make a beeline straight for the office. And he will just, like, show up. And yeah, instead of... It's still a jump scare, but it's a different kind of jump scare, if that makes any sense. Like, instead of the other animatronics that were, like, right in your face, he'll essentially just come out the door, stare at you, his jaw drops, and then... The fans at the time, because I remember when this game came out, it was, like, stupidly popular. Like, the people loved Foxy. Foxy was that guy that the fans who was like, oh, Foxy's actually a good guy, everyone else is a bad guy, Foxy doesn't put you into a suit, he's just coming to check on you, that's why he only comes out when you don't check the cameras, and blah 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 blah. Everyone's just putting up. I was surprised they have not shown up. Thought they would have shown up once by now. Yes. Oh, so I mentioned before that Bonnie the rabbit will only show up on the left-hand side. Chica the chicken will only ever show up on the right-hand side. So, yeah. As for Freddy, we don't have to worry about him for the first 2 nights. He is set up to never leave the stage on the first 2 nights, and if you actually want a way to try and cheese him a little bit, since they don't move automatically, if you just, like, quickly swap over to him from the camera, and we finished the first night, you can get him stuck onto the stage, meaning that he will never leave and you never have to worry about him. Because Freddy, for lack of a better word, Freddy cheats. So, just like Bonnie and Chica, he'll go around the building, but he can sneak into the room if you have the camera down, but he won't immediately jump scare you and kill you. He will wait his time like a predator and slowly get you. Anyways, we got another phone call, so I'm just gonna shut up right now. Anytime now. There we go.
Hello?
Hello?
Well, if you're hearing this and you made it to day 2, congrats. I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses.
Yeah, the game gets more difficult the longer you get through it.
I think I need to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't come off stage very often. I've heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so, hey.
That's what happens when you run out of power.
Not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights. There are blind spots in your camera view, and those blind spots happen to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something or someone on your cameras, be sure to check the door light. You might only have a few seconds to react.
Oh, he is not lying on that one.
Not that you would be in any danger, of course. I'm not implying that. Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. The character in there seems unique in that he becomes more active if the cameras remain off for long periods of time. I guess he doesn't like being watched. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure you have everything under control. Talk to you soon.
So I do appreciate the fact that the phone guy, is essentially a little bit of a hint to how the game works. He'll give you some hints, he'll give you some advice, but not everything is 100% accurate, because it's kind of like he has taken, like, notes himself, but he doesn't know everything. Like, he was telling us about Foxy and about how, checking the cameras, making sure he's out of the cove, but he doesn't mention the fact that, like, well, doesn't mention how, like, everybody works. So again, we got Bonnie and Chica to worry about, and, like, again, if you want to try to keep Freddy onto the stage like that, or even try to keep Chica, I would do this: go to the stage, go to 1C, go back to Foxy, check the lights, go back down, 1C to 1A, check the lights. Because you need to be preserving power. You really need to preserve your power, because it's amazing how fast things can go, especially when you have multiple things going on. Hello there, Bonnie. You actually startled me a little bit. So, right now, we have Bonnie outside the door, and I can see that he's still out there because I saw the shadow. And yeah, this is where things can get difficult, because I need to check the cameras to keep Foxy in his place, but I can't just open up the door because, well, then I have to worry about, he can just get me. And he is being an absolute jerk right now. Wow, get lost, Bonnie. Because the more we do, the more power that we're using. So by having this door down, I'm using up power. Like, we use power no matter what we do. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. We lose power no matter what we do. Because people... We're just gonna blame it on the fan. The fan is taking away our power to begin with. So, we're always losing power, so there's no way to, like, truly keep power. And if I have to turn on the light and close the door, or worse yet, have to close both doors and look at the camera to try and keep my eye on Foxy, we're using up a lot of power, and that's gonna drain your battery quick. Now again, thankfully for tonight, we don't have to worry about Freddy. However, starting on night 3 is when the entire strategy I got going on right now is gonna have to change. Like, right now, I'm just taking things easy because I can afford to take it easy. But come night 3 and every night onwards, because Freddy will be leaving the stage, when he is off the stage, we need to close that right-hand door before we look at the cameras. Because how Freddy works is that, I mentioned before, he can just sneak into the room. So if he is at the point where he is, like, right there, and he can sneak into the room, and he'll just be in the room. Supposedly he's right behind us, and we don't know it. and just whenever he wants, he can just jump scare us because he's already in the room. His is the most annoying jump scare because it is one that you cannot really prepare for. And honestly, when it comes to this game and you know what you're doing, the biggest issue is the muscle memory. You need to get everything down to a science, and honestly, the game is not too difficult. Also, thankfully, the lights will turn off if you're going to, like, the camera and all that, due to little movements like that. But, like, say if Bonnie was there and I put the camera down, oops, I would have just died from that one. Now, it is 3 going for 4, and we have less than half power left, so we should be fine. Oh, shoot. I jumped on that one. Okay. So yeah, Bonnie will be right at the door. Chica will actually be at the window when she's actually here, so... And I mentioned before about having to close that right-hand door every time from the nights onward. Now imagine having both these doors down and having to also, like, check the camera. That is the fan power. Both doors powers. Oh, not now, Golden Freddy. Okay, that happened to me yesterday as well with my failed recording. And I believe if I actually check the map, we should be able to find... I believe it's like in one... It's on one of the bottom... right to the bottom left-hand corner of the map. You can actually find... And hello there. We can find a Golden Freddy mask on a poster, and I think we get the Golden Freddy jump scare. Okay. I was gonna say, he left. Oh, and there's Foxy showing his face, because I spent a little too long out of the cameras. So, Foxy, how he works is that he will slowly come out. I think he has, like, the stage is closed, yeah, the curtain closed, him peeking out, him getting ready to dash, and then him not being there at all. When he's not there at all, that means he's on his way to get you. However, you have time. If you just close the left door, and then look at... turn that off. Look at, it's 2A, I believe it was 2A, on the bottom left, you can see him starting to sprint. And he will run down, and he will hit the door. The thing is, when he hits the door... Bonnie, you're just being very annoying today. When he hits the door, he will actually take away some of your door power. Not your door power, but your just general power. And when that happens, essentially, you'll lose a little bit of power. I think for like the first time he hits, he knocks on the door, you lose 2 things of power. But if he hits the door multiple times, which can happen as the game goes on, as the animatronics, yep, that's his phase 2, which is more likely to happen as the days go on and the difficulty gets more difficult. I guess that would technically be phase 3. He can hit the door multiple times, and... oh. Thank you, camera. Thank you. He'll take away more power. So, like, I think the first time it's like 2 power, then 5 power, and then, oop, close that. So, yeah, there we go. He came, he runs away, he goes back. And he's already sticking his head out again. Foxy, you jerk. You just went back. I'm just gonna call that some bad luck. But I was gonna say, he shouldn't get us. It's already 5. And now it's 6. So there we go. 2 days down. But these are the easy days. Don't get too cocky. Those were the easy ones. Now for night 3. So now... as soon as I know that Freddy has left the stage, I want to make sure that right door is closed all the time. Alright, phone guy, what do you gotta say? Chica's already out.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, you're doing great. Most people don't last this long. I mean... you know, they usually move on to other things by now. I'm not implying that they died.
I don't know, that seemed like it was implied to me.
Anyway, I better not take up too much of your time. Things are getting real tonight. Hey, listen, I had an idea. If you happen to get caught and want to avoid getting stuffed into a Freddy suit, try playing dead.
Yeah, don't follow that advice. It doesn't do well. I mean, you can follow that advice, but it doesn't help you.
Think that you're an empty costume instead. Then again, if they think you're an empty costume, they might try to stuff a mental skeleton into you.
Yeah, that's not good.
That would work. Yeah, never mind. Scratch that. It's best just not to get caught.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I'll leave you to it. See you on the flip side.
Alright, so, we're gonna stop after night 3. I feel like for the first episode, going through the first 3 nights is definitely worth it. Especially as, well, the later nights are gonna be more difficult. Depending on how things go, I'm thinking, yeah, this one will be 1, 2, and 3. If things go well, the next episode can be nights 4 and 5. And episode 3 could be the special 6th night, assuming everything goes well. Now, for Freddy, I mentioned before about how he kind of cheats. However, he will never leave the stage before Chica and Bonnie. He needs both of them off the stage before he can actually leave. Again, because I mentioned before that, like, everything is just essentially just photos, PNGs, and whatnot. There is no photo of Freddy leaving with Bonnie and Chica still on the stage, or Bonnie and or Chica still on the stage. So, you need all... The only way that stage gets completely empty is if all... Well, the only way he leaves is if the other two are already gone. Also, you need to make a decision sometimes, like, oh no, I left that light on when it was going back to just shut it off, and I'm like, maybe not. You also notice I'm going right, left, right. The reason for that is that, again, I'm going to need that right-hand door closed every time, so making sure I can just come over here and just close that door will help out. Yeah, alright. It's not even 2 o'clock yet, I'm down to 70 power. Still ahead. There we go. I feel like if we hit 66, we are more or less on target. Yeah, because he has to go 12 to 1, 1 to 2. 2 to 3, 3 to 4. 4 to 5, and this is survive till 6. Because 3 o'clock should be about the halfway point, but... Yeah, because 12... Well, yeah, sorry, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so 3 o'clock should be the halfway point, so... Again, I might be cheating things a little bit by just checking the cameras and making sure... Because I am keeping Bonnie, and honestly... I want to say Bonnie probably has the more difficult AI, so I'm surprised Chica left before he did. Then again, maybe for night 3 they changed things up a little bit and Chica has a little bit more aggression. Because they do have aggression levels. That's kind of what the special custom night is all about. So, like, you beat the game, you get the 6th night. If you beat the 6th night, you get the custom night, which you can just essentially make the game very easy, or make it very difficult. You can make just one character difficult and everybody else easy. And I do not know. I feel like I have definitely beaten the 6 nights beforehand, although I beat it by cheating the system by never allowing Freddy to actually leave the stage. I remembered I tried the 20-20-20 mode, or 420 mode, I don't know what people call it. I'm just gonna call it the 420 mode. I remember I tried it, but I never beat it. Mostly because my strategy, while it worked, it was not a foolproof plan. Because I never had the muscle memory to remember to close the door and everything. But I mean, if this works, this works. It's just right now, this is not gonna... I know this won't work forever. I am so glad I accidentally didn't do the one thing. Okay. So Bonnie's now off the stage. Which means I just want to just keep the camera on Foxy. Close the door. Do that. Open the door. Check the light. Check that light. Close that door. Check the camera. Bring it back down. Check the light. Turn that off. Check this light. Turn it off. Close this door. Bring up the camera. Bring it down. Because sometimes gotta be quick. Like, literally just doing that would be enough to just get me killed. Because the animatronics don't always play fair. Like, literally just doing that and turning it off. If I didn't close the door... If I didn't close the door... then Chica could have just blocked the door on me. Which is what happened in my... I'm just gonna call it the failed recording, even though it's technically not a failed recording. It's a proper... It is a recording, it's just... Audio did not go the way I wanted it to. So yeah, these animatronics are all over the dang place. Right now I'm okay, I'm feeling calm, but I know a time is gonna come, I'm not gonna close that door, and I am going to panic, because I'm gonna be like, oh no, did he get in? And again, it's like little things like that where I accidentally don't hit the button to shut off the light, and I'm thinking to myself, oh no, like, it's not a lot of power, but it adds up. Honestly, though, I would say we are on track to get this... We're on track. It's already 5 o'clock. I still got 20% power left. The biggest issue is going to be if the doors get locked. Because if one of these doors get jammed, not locked, but jammed, especially that left-hand door, I am going to be stuck. So if the right door gets stuck, I can just try my luck, just keeping the left door closed and pray that I don't run out of power. Because I would want that left door closed, Chica. I'm gonna want to be able to close the left-hand door because I need to make sure that Foxy just can't get in and get me. And if that left door gets jammed, I have two choices. I either just give up the game, or I hope that 5 o'clock can come before Foxy gets me. I did not close the door. Oh, shoot. So, Freddy could be in the room right now. Which will suck, because I'm so close to actually winning this thing. Hey! We did it! 3 nights down. Okay. So, next time on Five Nights at Freddy's, we'll be moving on to Night 4, so I'll see you later. Have a good one.